Welcome back to my channel. Uh, don't forget to subscribe and like and share. Thank you. Yeah, I forgot the shares in the others, but what a day, what a day. Let's see now. Rainy, rainy, rainy. Well, at least it's not as bad as what's happening in the middle of the country. I mean, over there in America, since I'm in England. Yes, let's see. So, whatever shall we talk about? The last one I did, wow, 20 minutes, 22 minutes. I mean, my God, when I got started, I couldn't shut up, which I love. I've always wanted to be a super yacker. I can just talk about anything. I would really just admire people who could just yak about anything. And when I was growing up, you know, as a kid, because when the hell else would you grow up as an adult? But yeah, super yakking. I think I began to improve in my yakking when I began to read. Of course, when I began to read, though, I noticed I wasn't bored anymore. I used to be like desperately bored when I hit about 15 or something. I was thinking about doing myself in. What the hell? I'm so bored. And I just watched television all my damn life, but I was never that bored. I guess you begin to grow up though. You mean hit 15, 16. I don't know when I hit 16 though, it all went away. But 13, that was like really wonderful. But 14, I really don't remember. I think it might have been okay. But 15, I don't know. I just got bored as crap. And I could actually, I could sympathize with the way kids, you know, grow up today, the way they do crazy things like shoot up their damn schools, kill themselves because they think that that's it. But I find reading, I don't know, at least for me, after I began to read, like I just started reading like anywhere from 1 hour to 6 to 8 hours a day. I would experiment with my brain. How much can the brain actually handle? Remember, I got up to reading 8 hours a day. That was really frightening because there's actually no limit, I found, at least at that point. And I remember I used to read so much that I began to know things that I actually didn't really know. And I said, wow, what the hell did that come from? I get these ideas out of nowhere. I think some people just function at that level, though. I wish I could function, at that level without spending that much time reading like crazy. But it is it's a crap load of fun, and because you learn things, and it's like I find that reading's like it's like, if you look at those muscle magazines and you see those guys, those bodybuilders that, they look like they're on steroids, probably because they are. But that's what reading does to the brain. When you read, it's like, wow. Although you do get smarter, you have a definitely a more powerful memory. But you have no wisdom though, so you think you're smart, but you're not. You know, it's like where you are, but you have no experience. Where experience, with experience comes wisdom, because you make a lot of dumb mistakes. But yeah, after I began reading though, like crazy, never, I can't remember the last time I was bored. And it's just like, forget about it. Anytime I think I have a problem or anything, I just, open a book and start reading. But the only thing that I think that trumps reading, though, in a bad way, that actually, no, it doesn't trump it, it like cancels reading, is watching too much television. Because I notice I get really depressed if I watch too much television. So I had to get rid of Hulu and Netflix, and I have to dump Amazon, even though I don't want to. But a lot of the times, most of that crap is just a bunch of damn, it's just a bunch of, what the hell do you call that? Reruns. Like I was saying earlier today, if you catch my video, what the hell is that? TV channels, and which I probably shouldn't have been promoting, but it's like it's really cool because you get free TV. Yeah, this is a little excerpt on Microsoft. If you can see it, and I'm trying to get this thing to focus. Won't focus. Cheap phone though. When I get rich though, I'm gonna get a better phone and share my thoughts and my life with all of you wonderful people out there in YouTube land who wants to, you know, converse the back and forth of it all. But yeah, living in the cerebral, I find quite the positive cerebral. Though you have to be careful though, that you don't get into the negative cerebral and start, getting into other people's lives. I love helping people, and but sometimes, some people, they, at the moment, when they're in the moment, I find that some people aren't into being helped, no matter what. I find sometimes later they come around, they decide to listen. Ones that listen to me, though, they really do go on to have quite wonderful lives. I find the ones that don't, well, they don't. They don't have quite wonderful lives. But the main thing I try and um, convey or exercise is having fun and running from anything that's negative. I mean, run like the devil because, you know, time flies like hell. And I mean, crap, I'm 17 now, and I can't believe I got here. It's like I was just, you know, 13. How many years? I'm terrible at math. How many years ago? Feels like 2 minutes ago. But yeah, that's the only bad thing though about reading too much though, because I find that you're never bored. Actually, when time begins to rush by, there are times when I'm thinking, crap, I think maybe I should go back to doing nothing and being bored. At least the time won't blast by the way it's doing now. Because I remember when I was 15, and even younger though, it's like you don't have anything to do. That's the main problem. So life is boring, and it's dragging. So, but I found though, like when you're miserable, that you can actually, it's like you extend your life. When you're not miserable, time blasts. When you're struggling and things like that. It's like because you're dying to get out of this situation. You want them to move past as quickly as possible. So, there's something to be said for misery. It's almost like shit. I can't wait to die. You know, but but yeah, but don't do that. You know, and death can't come soon enough if you catch my drift. But but it's like don't kill yourself though. It's not a good thing because it's like they say a lot of people that attempt suicide though, they they have an epiphany, like when they go off the bridge on their way down. They said like, man, was this really the best idea? And they change their minds and things like that. But you can't trust your brain though. That's the thing. It's like your brain is your worst enemy. Whatever it says, don't do it, unless it's something positive, unless it's something good for yourself, unless it's something good for other people. So if you're gonna do something good, do it quick before you have a chance to change your mind. But if you're gonna do something bad, you better engage in much deliberation, much thought. And because, like, a few seconds later, the brain will change. Say, what the hell was I thinking about? And that's why you can't trust it, though, because, it's like, it's quite dangerous. And there's a chemical reaction also. Something you eat could, send you into depression, or something you see can send you into depression, and it may last, like an hour. It may last 15 minutes, may last, a longer period, 2 weeks or something. But you have to keep telling yourself, don't trust your brain. I mean, just the other day, I don't know, when I wake up in the morning, I remember some years ago, I used to wake up and I swear to God, I was just on the verge of figuring out the meaning of life, but it would always slip away. What the hell? Now I wake up. I think it's because I'm too damn fat, though. Because when I would, wake up and feel okay, I I was of normal size and weight, and now I'm about 100 damn pounds overweight. And I notice if I go out and jog or walk long distances for at least an hour or something like that, I notice I feel a lot better. I have better dreams. But it may be. I remember I was watching The Simpsons one time, and they had this episode where Marge tells Homer and Bart, "Don't eat before you go to bed, or you're gonna have terrible nightmares." And they were like, "Nah," like just dismissing it, waving their hand. You don't know what you're talking about. Then they show them like these monstrous things chasing them all the time, and I think I can identify with that because I swear to God, I eat myself to sleep, and I always wake up depressed. But then after a while, maybe like 10 or 15 minutes, it goes away, and I'm like, what the hell, let's see, oh, that's the bottom of that thing. What the hell was I depressed about? Life is wonderful. I don't care whether it rains or snows. Okay, maybe snowing, because I hate shoveling the snow, but only at first, though. But then I find when I get out there and I start shoveling, like I'm really into it, because I love the exercise. I remember one time I was trying to shovel the snow really fast, and my because I had to go somewhere. I had to It was like had to go meet people for a play, so I wanted to shovel the snow and then go meet them. And I remember it was a Saturday several years ago, but but yeah, I shoveled it too fast, and then it just hit and these aches and pains. It was like just vicious aches and pains. The weird things that I think I'm a bit, what's that term they call it, masochistic, yeah, because I was loving the pain, but it was also annoying as crap. Because like my arms, my shoulders, I was desperately searching for leaves or Tylenol or some kind of aspirin, and I eventually went away. I don't know whether it was the leave that kicked in or it just began to go away, but it maybe took an hour or two before it went away. And but I remember when we get those heavy snows, though, going out there and shoveling for like 2 or 3 hours, or sometimes it would take, because I'm fat and lazy, so I haven't been working out. When I used to have a job working at this marina where I had to pick up like heavy blocks and things like that, and boat stands, and just cinder blocks all day long. And my friends told me that I began to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I never really paid attention to it. I figured I was just flabby and fat. But one day I just noticed, holy crap, I got muscles. And it was really cool though, because it was like being paid to work out every day. It was cool as crap working outside. I love being outside. And I was really learning about boats and things like that, which I get seasick, which I desperately hate, because I used to watch those America's Cup racing yachts and things like that. Not too crazy about the those catamarans, although they do look really cool when they get up on plane. They ride the hulls. Those hulls. Those triple. I don't even remember whether they're triple or double hulls. But actually, at first I really loved them, but then I began to kind of long for the monohulls, though, and how elegant and beautiful those things were or are. And because this, I don't know, but they look really cool when they get that wind up. They say these things can run at like 60 miles an hour, though, which is like really totally awesome. I tell you, the technology that we have, it's just absolutely amazing. But what the hell was I? How the hell did I get onto this? Oh yeah, shoveling snow and reading and I tell you, isn't life weird? Um, okay, my friends, we'll continue this at a later date. I can't believe 14 minutes. Time is flying. Okay, I'm gonna go read or watch television or eat and get fatter or walk and try and lose some weight. And on that note, have a very wunderbar day. So don't forget, subscribe, share, and like. Subscribe, share, and like. Yeah, I think those are the three things that they always say. Okay, bye bye.